here we have a proof that we're supposed to do. We're given the fact that arc LO is congruent to arc MN. I want to prove the triangles are congruent. So I think I'll do this as the two-column proof. So we'll start here with statement, these, and reason. I'll start with my given, because that's how we start any proof. So I'm going to say LO is congruent to MN. Why do I know that? Because it's given. Now, what do I know because of that? Well, remember, if you have equal arcs, that means they cut off equal chords. So in other words, that tells me LO is congruent to MN. So I'm going to say segment LO is congruent to segment MN. And that is because equal chords or equal arcs cut off equal chords. Now let's use the fact, look at angle N. Angle N subtends arc LM. Angle O also subtends that same arc, doesn't it? So in other words, angle N is congruent to angle O. How do I know that? Because we know angles that cut off the same arc are congruent. Would we say that on a previous one? You have two inscribed angles of a circle intercept the same congruent arcs, that the angles are congruent. Well, I'm not going to write all that out. I'm going to say angles that subtend, I should say inscribed angles, sorry about that, inscribed angles that subtend the same arc are congruent. Now, so I'm going to mark down angle N is congruent to angle O. And I got a choice now, because angle M is the same. I could say angle M and angle L are the same, can't they? Or I could say my vertical angles. I'm going to say angle M is congruent to angle L. And the reason I know that, for the same exact reason, and I'm lazy, so I'm just going to copy this. So I got that. So now I'll mark that down here. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so it's easier to see. I'm going to redraw my L and O too, because it looks kind of messy. So now I know angle N is congruent to angle O. Doesn't like to draw the arc there. There we go. And I know angle L is congruent to angle M. So now I've got two triangles that have angle, side, angle in both of them. So I'm done with my proof. I'm going to say triangle MNP. Whoops. I want to make it thicker again. Triangle MNP. Wow, cannot write this morning. Is congruent to triangle LOP. The reason? Well, we're going to say angle, side, angle. If you use the vertical angles, then it would have been angle, angle, side. So you got two different ways of doing this proof correctly. Now, if we look at our next theorem, an inscribed angle I think I'll do that in the next video.